Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats, for the show is about to begin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie with me, Richard Vobes, here in a house in Worthing, beside the English Channel at the foot of the South Downs. It's the 4th of September 2020. You probably know that because no doubt you've looked at a clock or a watch or some such thing and thought, do you know what? Yes, it is the 4th of September. And tomorrow will be another day, which is rather handy. Hello to everybody watching live, hello to everybody watching after the event, and hello to anybody who's accidentally tuned into this 10 years down the line when I have probably stopped doing this and doing something far more exciting like watching paint dry. And you're looking at this from, I don't know, maybe with the Morlocks all around you about to eat you, and you're spinning the thing and up comes the Vobe show that somebody somewhere in time has preserved by mistake, probably trying to actually preserve a series called The Ascent of Man with somebody Bronowski, I think it was. I can't remember his name now. Anyway, never mind all that. Let's find out who's out there in the Vobosphere. We have the lovely Julia, of course. Hello to you. Nice to see you. And Ernie Samet is here. Larry Hazelwood. Lovely Judith. Hello to lovely Judith. Connor's Dark Corner. Andy Stacey. Mark Donny McLeod. Kerry Baldwin. Ed Loud. Being There Photography, otherwise known as Glastonbury Gabriel. Days of Yore. Darren Howell. Ron Langley. Sean James Cameron from the Allotment Channel. Chris Snuggs. Hello to you, Chris. Andy Murphy. Peter Lowry. Hello, everybody. And Glenn Johnson. Hello, Glenn. I need to talk to you about that very kind offer you had with your van at some point. I know you mentioned that the other day. Marked on cloud, I said, what kind of paint? Yes, what kind of paint will you be watching drying in the future? Probably not lead type of paint, probably acrylic. Oil paints, Mark. Oil paints. Yes. Which one dries the swiftest? Water paint. Water paint. You don't want to spend too much time watching it dry. You just want to be able to go slap, slap, slap. There it is, dry. Sean James Cameron says he wrote The Time Machine when he was sat on Sydenham railway station waiting for the London Bridge train, according to local folklore. He must have wrote fast, or the train took a bloody long time to get there. That's all I can think. There he was, HG. Apparently, the Martian one, what's that? The War of the Worlds, was inspired when he lived in Woking and he was watching all the houses being built, because around that time they were still being built, and there are all these thelodolites or thelodolites, whatever they are, all over the place. And he thought, what would it be like if they were giant machines walking about? Hence the tripods, you see. Elaine Whitelock is there. Hello, Elaine. Lovely Julia says, oops, had caps on. Oh, sorry. Do take your caps or hats or anything like that off. We don't want anyone doing any of that nonsense. That would be absolutely fantastic. If you're wearing a trilby, of course, you can keep that on. It is National Wear a Trilby Day. And if it's not actually a National Wear a Trilby Day, I've just deemed it such, so it now is. The power that I have. Mike Dixon says, hello, Vobesters. Mike Dixon here, and Bella. I hope Bella is all right. Glastonbury Gabriel says, tartan aerosol paint is foo to watch dry. Is it foo? Foo. It makes that sort of sound as it goes on the wall, doesn't it? Phew, phew. Although that's more of a phew. I didn't get the fumes up my nose sort of sound. Andrew Murpham says, what is a trilby? Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Oh, what is a trilby? Showing my age. Please, will you make me a little bit younger? What is a trilby? That is a very good question. Let's see if we can find a trilby for you on the... I think we'll just have a look on YouTube and see if we can find somebody who classically used to wear a trilby that we can find. Actor with trilby. trilby. Didn't Harry Worth? He wore a didn't he? Did he wear a trilby? Trilby. Oh, a homage to a trilby. Here we go. Hang on. This is somebody else's YouTube thing. Welcome back. We don't want to actually hear him. But here we go. We'll have a quick shot of him. This is a trilby. There we are. And you can see it's got Preston Chalut. They always got these difficult names. I'm sure he's an American, is he? As in school. Oh, Skuluta. Skuluta. Is that how you pronounce that? I've no idea. I don't care. But anyway, there we are. That was a trilby. I was thinking of an old actor from ye olde days. Old actor with a trilby. Let's have a look. Known for their trilbies. I'm just looking here. Guide to hats. Loads of people. How to rock in a trilby. Let's have a look. A trilby is part of the Cambridge spy ring. I think that was Philby, wasn't it? Ed Loud says, I bet Richard could mime that he is wearing a trilby. Yes, I certainly could. There we go. I used to actually have a trilby. I haven't got one in here. I may have one in the other room, actually. Mike Stevens says, Jimmy Cagney, you dirty rat. You dirty rat. You dirty rat. I wear a trilby sometimes, says Mark Donny McLeod. Oh, yes, I think I've seen a picture of you in a trilby. So there we go. Smiley. Smiley's people. Is it Smiley's people? Let's see if we get a Smiley. Do we want Alec, what's his name? Guinness. Alec Guinness. If one can spell that. Smiley, Alec Guinness. Let's see if we get a picture of him. There's a picture here, but he's not wearing a blooming trilby, which would be typical. He's wearing a top hat. Hang on. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Well, here we are. But he's not wearing a trilby at all. It's just sort of ruined it, really. He's wearing a bowler or a derby, whatever it is. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But that was a nice little diversion, ladies and gentlemen. Nice little diversion. Thank you very much for that. How do I get back to the main studio? I've lost how to... there we are. That'll do. Blah, 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 blah. Little sort of... Blah, 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 blah. James Cameron says Tommy Handley had one. Oh, Tommy Handley, did he? And he took that mime trilby off so fast I couldn't even see it, says Ed Lau. You know. Frank Sinatra. Oh, you're Frank Sinatra there. I now have to Wikipedia, Tilbury history, etc. In case, yes. Well, I reckon that Mark Selwood could very easily get away with wearing a trilby. Mousel, Richard. Mousel. Trilby, Richard. All right, Nicky, do you like my trilby? Diversion Welsh. Diversion. I don't know what that means. Is that a name, Diversion? Or is that his name? Righto, Ron. Frank Sinatra wore it his way. I wore it my way. And there were times I couldn't find the wretched hat. It was on the cat, and so I took it home, and with a needle and thread, I turned it into a trilby. Richard, can you do the War of the Worlds voice again? No one would have believed in the... Hang on, I haven't quite got that. No, because there's a slight Welsh lilt to it, and I'm not very good at the Welsh lilt. I really am not very good. No one would have believed in the... What is it? No one would... Hang on, I've got to remember the line now. No one would have believed in the something in the... No one would have... Hang on, let's get the proper line now. War of the Worlds opening... War of the Worlds opening sentence. No one would have believed. Here we go. Let's... By the toll of billion deaths. That's it. The war. Come on. No one would have believed. No one would have believed in the... Oh, come on. The opening is based... Where is it? What is the opening narrative? From the moment the invaders breathe. That's the end. That's the end. The opening. How long does it... Who killed the Martian? What is the... No one would have believed... Oh, yes, that's it. No one would have believed. I've got it. Here we go. I wish I had some reverb. That would have been... I need to get a reverb on this desk. It's a shame. I haven't got any reverb on this one. No one would have believed that in the last years of the 19th century the human affairs were being watched from the timeless worlds of space. No one could have dreamed that we were being scrutinized. Where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? Like microbes in a microscope or something. Few would have dreamed that there was intelligent life. Across the gulf of space, minds immeasurably more superior than ours. It's like Anthony Hopkins live from YouTube. It wasn't Anthony Hopkins, it was Richard Burton, wasn't it? As someone with a microscope studies creatures that swarm and multiply in a drop of water, few men even considered the possibility of life on other planets. And yet, across the gulf of space, minds immeasurably superior to ours regarded this Earth with envious eyes, and slowly and surely they drew their plans against us. And you can all hear it, can't you? You can all hear it. Bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-down, down. You can hear it. You can hear it. Whew! There we go. Blimey, how about that? Floating our boat. Just arrived. What's going on? Richard's doing. No one would have believed across the Gulf of... No one would... What is it? No one would have... Yes, in the last years of the 19th century. That's right. That was a better version, actually. I nearly got it then. No one would have believed in the last year. Anyway, we could go on and do this for ages. By the way, I want to make a quick announcement before we crack on. Open the phone lines, get the videos going, and all of that. I just want to make an announcement for those of you who tuned in at 4 o'clock today thinking, where's Richard? Where's Richard? And where's Richard? Richard! Hello, Richard. Is he coming? Is Richard coming? Is he coming out to play? Richard, are you playing? Are you going to play with me? I need someone to play with me. I've got them all on my own. I'm a little baby. Stop it. Stop it. If anyone tuned in at 4 o'clock this afternoon, hoping that we would do the reading, not listening that we'd actually finish the wisdom of the tree, of the fields. Hello, Mr. Grimsdale, they're pinching all our wheat. They're pinching all our haystacks. Yes, the Norman wisdom of the fields. Mr. Grimsdale, don't do that. No, stop it. Good game. Wait a minute, that's Bruce Forsyth of the Fields. Anyway, never mind that. So yeah, if anyone did choose that, we're going to start on Monday. No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th century. We've got a new book. It's called War of the Worlds. Chapter 1 goes like this. No, it's called The Lure of Sussex. It's a little volume here that I picked up. God knows when. It's not, funnily enough, by Philip Mercer. I wish we were doing the Philip Mercer stories, but unfortunately, for the moment, I can't actually find the book. Anyway, The Lure of Sussex, a record of indolent travel by R. Thurston Hopkins. Yes, you couldn't make that up, could you? With an introduction by Cyril Palmer. Hello, Cyril Palmer here. Nice to see you. Nice. Here's my little prefix of the book. I've read this book. It's nice, really nice. He's such a good author. I think you should listen to Richard Vobes reading it sometime in the future, because this is only 1926, don't you know? But in the future, when there's the internet and live stuff on Tuber Views or some such thing, Vobes will be reading it. It'll be lovely. Oh, I can't wait for Vobesy to read it. Read it with such verve and excitement. He's a very excitable boy. Anyway, so that is it. And it's rather jolly. I was going to read you a little excerpt, tiny little excerpt, just to whet, that's W-H-E-T, to whet your appetite. This is just a tiny little bit. It's a travel-log, and it's about this guy who travels around Sussex with sibilant S. I shall edit out the sibilant S, so don't worry about that. So I don't know whether to read this now, because this might slow us all down. Maybe I won't slow us down. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show you a picture of a windmill instead. There we are. Look at that. Windmill. Yes, basically, the reason I was going to read it out, because I read this particular piece at random, and it was very much 1926 this was published, And they're talking about how things are becoming mechanised, and they're not liking it. They're not 100 years ago. They're not liking it. And here we are 100 years later, and I'm not liking it. I must have fallen through some strange time machine. Anyway, enough of that gay banter. Floating a Boat says, where were you? No, he doesn't. He says something. Anyway, Floating Our Boat says, thanks, Ariel. I thought the world was ending. No one would have believed. By the way, have you done a video this week? I've been hunting and hunting and hunting, high and low, looking. I feel like I'm swimming in a canal going, where's the boat? Where's the boat? It's supposed to be afloat. Where's the boat? The wisdom of the canals. Mr. Grimsdale! Chug. There's a lock coming. Oh, there's a lock. Oh, what are we going to do? There's a lock. Oh, you have to go up there, won't you? Oh, I'm not going up there. Oh. That's Norman Wisdom having a fit. Anyway, Andrew Norris says, yes, under Milkwood. Brilliant. Mark, Flushing success of Days of Yore. Robert Baxter says, I've just got Justin Hayward Forever Autumn in my record collection. He's thin bloke, isn't he? Have you seen him? Very Justin Hayward, very thin. To get on an album like that and the old LPs, you had to be wafer thin. But there we are, without Richard Burton in it said, oh, you've got to have, what is it, where he says, and that they were all on the steamship or something, and I looked out to sea, and there was Carrie. Was it her name Carrie? Something like that. Do 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 do. How does Forever Autumn? Do do. No, it doesn't go like that. Forever. I can't bring it to mind. I can hear it in my. You know when you can hear it in your mind, head, and you can't. Yeah, and you can't. Yeah, that was that. Sean Jane Cameron says, I have a bit of Milkwood on the Vobes show. To begin with, at the beginning, it's a spring moonless night in the small town. It's a bra bright moonlit night tonight, Mrs. Wright. You're buying a toaster. A heiser new, you're pulling up the rhubarb. Not quite sure where that came from. Hey, Ernie, it says, he was the fastest milkman in the West, wasn't he? Exmoor taking part in Partner's Mother, so wish me luck. Good. They did say they didn't like it up on the I don't know what you're lot talking about now. Anyway, never mind all this gay banter. Thank you very much. No one would have believed in the last years of the 18th century. Minds immeasurably more superior than the Vobes. I had a bit of a problem today. Yeah, it went something like this. Well, it's always embarrassing, isn't it? When you get a flat tyre and it's right close to your house. Just about 300 yards from my house, I've just got a flat tyre. I haven't changed a tyre, probably myself, or had a flat tyre for about 20 to 30 years. So this is a bit of a bugger. I was just going over to pick up the lovely Julia, and we were going to go to Pulborough. So I am a member, and funnily enough, my new renewal has just come up of the AA, so I've called them out. And they say they're going to be here in about 15 minutes. They gave me a 2-hour slot, but they said they'll be here by 10, and it's sort of 10 to 10 now. So luckily I have got a spare tyre. I hope there's enough puff in it to puff it up. But I'll have to get a new tyre or have my old tyre repaired. And I only live just up there, about 300 yards, and I'm on a yellow line, but I daren't move the car. Anyway, I'll just wait now for the AA. Yeah. They came, I have to say, the AA were brilliant. They came, they puffed it up. I mean, they took it off, they put the old one on, they puffed up the old one enough, and I went to the tyre place that was only round the corner, luckily. And they weren't, I mean, nice people, but they went, yeah, well, we'll have a look. And, yeah, you need a new tyre, don't you? What, can't you just fix it with a little, I've got a bicycle patch. Does that not work these days? No. No. What happens here, mate, is we sell you a nice brand new spanking Pirelli tyre. That's what we sell you for £475. You all right, mate? You've just fallen over backwards. Yes, I'll just have another budget one because you've only given this. I went to the same place, ladies and gentlemen, that sold me the 4 tyres in the first place. Oh, yeah, they're all flat. Yeah, I mean, they're all worn out, they are. You need 4 new tyres. Oh, and after about a month, stick this great big screw in one of them and come back and have another tyre at your expense. So, yes, there was a bit of money being spent today. So instead of just punch a repair kit, I'm afraid to say, it was a great big long screw that had gone in there. Great big long one. Don't know how he wanted that. But anyway. And we were going to go to Josephine Suter's The Butcher's and try and get some nice meat. We were going to cook something up, make a video. It was all going to be very exciting. People are going to love it. But I'm afraid to say, thanks to probably a little gnome, was it the Doom Goblin? Somebody went up there with a little screw like this and went onto my tyre and nobbled me. I was nobbled, ladies and gentlemen. Nobbled, not knobbled, not like the 1986 Knoble disaster where all the sheep were radiating. Not like that. Oh no, but I was nobbled. So anyway, I got another tyre. So that's that. Yes, so that was a bit of a thing, really. And then the postman, whilst I was doing all of that, the postman came, and I had been expecting a parcel. And when I got back, there was one of these little red envelopes, you know, the sort that says, "I tried to deliver, but you weren't in." And I thought, well, I don't like liver. Actually, I like bacon, but liver, no. So I thought, I don't want to go back the following day. Go to the post office and pick it up with all those people in masks. Oh, no, with 6 feet distance between them. No, thank you, I said. No. So I got into my bionic mode and went down, 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 dee, like that. Very fast, and caught up with the postman, and I said, "Here, look what I've got." He said, "Oh, yes, I know you. Yes, I tried to deliver it, but I would have put it in your special box." Oh, you're nice. That's nice, isn't it? But he said, because it's tracked. Oh, I said, "Oh, no, I don't want no one looking in my box if they're tracking it, don't you know? None of that 5G for me, mate." Anyway, so I managed to get that, so that was good. And then, to top it all, ladies and gentlemen, I had a phone call. I said you was on the phone, weren't you? Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Hang on a moment. Dial. Ring, ring. Hello, Whitehall, 1212. I had a phone call from the estate agent who was selling my father's house on my behalf and my sister's behalf, which both halves make a whole. And 2 half sixpences joined together make one. La da 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 da. Half a sixpence. Anyway, so I had a phone call from them saying,
"Oh, hello, is that Mr. Vobes?"
Yes, Mr. Vobes here.
"It's the estate agent here."
Oh, I hope you've tidied it all up.
"What?"
Your estate. It's your agency, rather. You said it was in a state.
No. I'm from the estate agent.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. What can I do for you?
Said I'm trying to take the buyers of your house, potential buyers, want to measure something up. So we went to your house.
I said you have to talk in that silly accent. Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon, sir. Anyway, we were trying to take people to your house there to measure something up. Oh, yeah, that's fine. But we couldn't get in. What do you mean you couldn't get in? Well, there's 2 locks. There's the Chubb lock, yes. Well, that opened, good. But the Yale lock, it isn't opening. We tried and struggled and we couldn't open it. I thought, so would you pop down there? Do the rest of it in your silly voice.
Oh, would you pop down there and try and open it for us?
I thought, so if the Chubb opens fine, but the Yale doesn't open, it means I'm probably going to end up, if that doesn't work, I'll have to end up getting a locksmith.
"Hello there, locksmiths are us. £500 to take you into your house, mister?"
Yes, that's what I thought. £500 of mouldy old potatoes. The Veg Grower Podcast says I worked in that butcher's as a kid. Blimey, there we are. Suter's Butchers, oh, I know where that is, says Ringer Lucas 651. Ringer Lucas 651. Ringer Lucas 651. It's almost like Fireball XL, whatever it was. Kerry Baldwin says, don't talk to me about cars and garages. I rang Nissan. Listen. Will you listen? I'm talking to you. Oh, yes. What can I do? Who sold me a car 18 months ago for radio code. For radio code, which they hadn't given me. Oh, so they hadn't given me the radio code, and they should have. They wanted to charge me £54 for the code. Oh, yes, well, when we sold you the car, madam, we sold you the car, you are supposed to ask for the radio code at the time. It's not our fault if you didn't ask for it. No, we have to go in a special place to get it out in our little safe. Eric, that's right, sir. Eric has got the code, but it'll cost you £54. £54? Well, what does your code look like? Is it a nice code? What kind? Is it Morse? No, it's not Morse. Is it numerical? No, it's not numerical. What kind of code is it? Is it Braille? No, it's not Braille. Clive Waterfall says something to Audrey Forbes, but we won't pry and find out that he says the only beast I'll be looking out for is the Exmoor beast. We'll keep that under our hat. And the Sally Trainspotter says, I'm not Sally, I'm salty. Fair dues. Says, yes, Richard, 2 halves make a whole. Half a sixpence is better than half a farthing, is better than half an halfpenny, is better than none. Can't remember the rest. Da-da-da, 1 and 1 make 2, 2 and 2 make 4, and 3 half sixpences joined together make 1. La-da-da-da. Good old Tommy Steele. Do you remember Tommy Steele? I don't know whether he's still alive. Tommy Steele always smiled, didn't he? He had this wonderful smile. Smile a while, and while you smile, another smiles. And soon there's miles and miles of smiles, and life's worthwhile because you smiled. Who said that? I did. Weren't you listening? A bit of Tommy Steele. Yeah, there we are. A bit of Tommy Steele. He drove round in a Mini, didn't he? He's a very fast Mini in London with his little banjo. Ding, 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 ding. Flashbang, wallop, what a picture, what a photograph. Poor old soul, diddly-diddly-doo, diddly-diddly-diddly-diddly, back down. Crack your feet, bang on the big bass drum. Oh, what a picture, rum to the tum. Put it in the family album, put it in the family. Yes, anyway. I was there, London Palladium, 1963. Down came the rain. Anyone heard of Midge Murray? Midge Murray and Down Came the Rain. It happened again, the thunder and lightning. Down came the rain came down. If you've not heard that, put Down Came the Rain, Midge Murray, into YouTube. You'll have a wonderful tune. So Tommy Steele is 83 years old. Yes, I think it's brilliant. Little white ball. Yes, little white ball. That's right. I sat on Tommy Steele's lap, says Dawn Coping. I bet you did. You're getting right up to date with the pop music. Yes, thanks, Glenn. I am. God, blimey, I can tell you. I'm really... there's this new one out at the moment. Oh, let me think. Hang on. How does it go? Those were the days, your friends, we thought they're I don't know who did that. Was it Slade? We'd bring 'em by at every jumble sale. There was a man there enticing me in his van there. I said, you're not bloody lightly. La 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 la. La 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 la. Anyway, something like that. Anthony Hopkins' mum, I think, did that. Anyway, my wife, says Rick M, saw Tommy Steele when she lived at Blackpool. Go, all teeth, she said, all teeth. Bit like, yeah, good old Tommy Steele. I like Tommy Steele. Little red ball, not red ball, white ball. Little white ball. Yes, there we go. Anyone still watch the animated Mr. Bean episodes? They're great. Tommy Trinder wore it, says Graham Cass. What? Tommy Trinder wore a trilby? What? Are you on some sort of time rewind zone? We did that ages ago. Floating Our Boat says Ed Stewpot. Oh, yes, Ed Stewpot. Yes, I've got Ed Stewpot. He was like, you know, for the kids and things on BBC Radio 2, wasn't it? On the, well, not quite the home service back then. I saw Tommy Steele at Bentle's in Ealing Broadway looking for a new trilby in 1972, says Mark Donny McLeod. Did he have his little red ball, a little white ball with it? Little white ball. La 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 da, little white ball, little white ball. Yes, that's a lovely little song. Catching up, so catching up. Crackerjack. It's Friday, it's 5 o'clock, it's Crackerjack. Little white ball. Right, I think it's time for another moment of Murphy. It could actually be time for a moment of Murphy because, believe it or not, in the moment of Murphy stuff, and I don't know what I'm talking about, we do have some moment of Murphy. But wait, no, hang on a second. It's Ed Wolf. Edwald. Hang on. Elf Wald. It's Elf Wald up north somewhere, going about looking at places. Woohoo! Elfwald, goddammit! Elfwald! For goodness sake, Vobes, get it right! Get it right, for goodness sake, you silly, bald-headed bloke with glasses! God, blimey! Near Halifax, ladies and gentlemen, up there near Halifax, according to himself. And floating my boat say that we've been there. It's the home of the coiners. Oh, yes, the coiners. That's the programme in which the cat is stuck on the roof and nobody comes. Episode 1 has the fire brigade coming along and all of that, and they get the ladder out, get the cat down. Poor old cat stuck up there with the... I don't know whether Coronation Street was near Halifax at all, probably nowhere near, isn't it? That's it, Manchester way, wasn't it? One of them, one of the two. Anyway, your guess is as good as mine, and keep guessing until you get it right. And if you get it right, let me know. Anyway, if anybody wants to give me a ring on 0793 474 6790 and can recite the number back to me in alphabetical order, then you win nothing. I can send you a prize, a nice bogey picked straight from the nose. Anyway, lovely video. Thank you very much to Elf Wall. For God damn it, Vobes. God, for goodness sake, why are you so stupid? Stupid boy. You woke me up, says Robert Brailsford. I've had a busy day, or in his case, a burst day. I'm sorry you've had a burst day. And the day's got burst. Get off my land, you! Get off my burst land! It's been a burst day, it is! Here it goes. Here we go. Here we are. Who's going to be the first one on the old Vogue show tonight? Let's find out. Hello there. Who's that?
No one would have believed in the closing years of the 21st century that a man from up here would call a man down there with a big bald head and glasses.
Well,
No one could consume that I would ring before Glastonbury Gabriel ever called, or Ed Loud, or the lovely Mark. How are you, Richard? You all right? Marvellous.
I'm all
Hello,
right.
Pumpkin.
That's it.
He's all right, isn't he?
It's
That's
all right.
Nice.
It's Mousel, Richard. Mousel.
It is. It's Mousel, Pumpkin, and I won't have any northerner from Worthing tell me otherwise.
No, don't.
Are you listening?
I am listening. I'm listening very intently.
That's good to know, Richard. I thought I'd give you a ring because it's been a while.
It has been a while, yes.
Yes, me and Kevin have been living on an island off the coast of the Isle of Man.
Now there is a picture which I would love to see. The pair of you, I can see you eye to eye.
Yeah.
One in a sou'wester and a beard. And the other one in a gimp
That's
suit.
my wife in the sou'wester and the beard.
Is that right?
Good evening, Andrew Norris. I thought I'd say hello.
Ah, good evening to you. So how goes it in Cumberland?
It's very windy, Richard.
Is
Good
it?
evening, everybody.
Good evening.
It's very windy.
Robert
up here.
Croser, ladies and gentlemen, man
It's
of
been very
many voices.
I am a man of merry voices.
Merry.
Not as many as you.
No,
merry voices.
No one.
I haven't had a drink in years. No, it's very windy up here, Richard. Yes, it's very windy. Get down, Kevin.
Kevin?
It's very windy. Get down, Kevin. It's very windy up here. Yeah, it's been very blustery, I'm afraid.
Oh dear, I'm glad I'm not up there. Have you travelled out of your comfort zone recently and seen much of the landscape? We've not had any of your wonderful panoramic videos from one spot. He says,
No, because
carefully
it's
speaking so it doesn't offend.
Choose your words.
I'm choosing.
Choose your words well, though.
Yes,
You're not on the Naked Englishman now.
No,
I haven't. No.
Oh.
No, well, I've been out and about, but no, the videos have taken a back seat at the moment, I'm afraid.
Oh.
I'm not very good at them. I don't have the patience.
No, it must be very difficult.
That you have.
Yes,
I don't have the patience for them, dear boy.
No. Well, I don't have many patients. I send all my patients to the hospital, which fortunately is just round the road.
You're more of a patient than a patient.
Yes, that's true. That's it. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, yes, so you were getting all those references. You know exactly what a trilby is. I was actually quite staggered.
Oh, I know what a trilby is. Yeah. Arthur Daly used to wear.
Arthur Daly, there we go.
And what's his face? Sinatra used to wear one as well.
And who?
Sinatra.
Oh, yes, Frankie. Yes.
Spreading the news, I'm leaving today. Yeah, Sinatra wore one.
Yeah.
And I believe mods wear them as well. Oh, those are pie hats, aren't they? They're like small trilbies.
Do you still get mods? I mean, they must be...
Oh, yeah, my older brother is a mod. He has a Vespa and the strange hair and the even stranger clothes. Yeah,
so,
my
presumably,
older brother's a mod.
They must be of a certain age now, the people who dress up in the mods and stuff.
No, he's too young to remember that.
Well,
I mean, he was only a toddler when the mods
right,
were
okay. So
he still is. He likes his Paul Weller and his... the specials and all that rubbish. I don't particularly like it. I'm a prog rock man, Richard, as you well know.
Oh yes, I don't really know what that means, but it sounds really good. Because I know there's a lot of stones.
Knows.
I know there's a lot of stones
I like
up north.
Stones.
Yes, you've got a lot of standing stones. Andrew says,
yes,
Mr. Crosser, have you been walking on velvet green these days?
Oh yes, walking on velvet green with the hunting girl. Yes.
Have you? What's she like?
He would know. He would know.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's very nice. But let's not talk it about hunting because I know it offends people.
It does.
Because I do. Yes, I shoot. Yeah, I do apologise. No, I don't. I make no apologies for hobbies. Why should I? And I fish and I shoot and I.
You're one of the landed gentry, aren't you?
No, dear boy. I live on an estate of landed gentry. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
so is that obligatory then? If you're on,
let's not talk about farmers, shall we?
No, hello there. I'm a farmer. This is cliche farmer voice, isn't it? That's what all farmers are supposed to sound like.
They talk like that. Yes, they do even up here.
Get off my land!
It must be.
they do say, get off my land. They do up here. Unless
You've
you know them.
You've got strange. It's strange your land up there. Just for the viewers who don't quite appreciate it, because now when we came up to Cumberland, as it was before it changed to Cumbria, you said to us, oh, you can basically walk anywhere because there's no real, the public footpaths are just everywhere.
You can. You can.
And that's unusual because obviously down in the south of England, here down in Sussex, we're very peculiar about it because we have all this bloody prairie crops, and you can't go walking.
Yeah, we don't have much of that up here. It's mostly we do have crops, obviously, but they don't go on forever like they do.
No, you've got lovely stone walls and the moors, and you've got.
There's a lot of that, yes. Windswept, yes.
Windswept, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bit of arable land, but it's mostly for sheep or cattle up here.
Yeah.
My neighbour, he's all cattle.
Is it all of him?
Yeah.
Is he? Nice. What is he? A cow or a bull?
Well, he's a bit of a bull actually, but hey ho.
But there you are. Well, don't tell him you said so. Nigel Sadler says you're the king of pans. I think he might have meant puns. He might have meant puns. But I'm not sure. It is very strange when people use the predictive text and it doesn't predict terribly well.
Oh, the king of puns. Well, I'm not short of a word or two. Much like yourself, we just go off on a tangent.
Mike Stevens says Robert is the new Mike Yarwood. And this is me. I am
the new Mike Yarwood.
Do you remember as he used to say, and this is me, right at the end, and then he would sing this dreadful song, and you'd go,
he couldn't sing, Richard. He was god-awful.
Stick to your
impersonation. The only one he could do well, I'm showing my age now, was, what's his name, him with the pipe.
Oh, yes, Harold Wilson.
He could do Harold Wilson.
Yes, he could do.
And he was good at Prince Charles, but the rest, he
was quite good at Dick Emery's characters, wasn't he? Because didn't he do, I've got it wrong again.
I've got it wrong again, Dave.
I've got it wrong again. Yeah. They were. I used to like Dick Emery.
You are awful, but I like you.
Ooh.
Yes, that one as well.
Yes, very good stuff.
Lampwick.
Oh, yes. Trying to find his teeth.
Lampwick,
they were. You couldn't do all of that now, although I still do.
No,
but...
I hate. Do you know what I hate more than anything on this earth?
Well, oh gosh.
Not people sounding off about farmers endlessly, but mentioning their names, Mr. Vobes.
No, don't mention any names.
Political correctness. I hate it with a passion.
Oh gosh, yes, especially
don't you? I
do.
Don't like it.
I mean, okay, there's a time and a place where you wouldn't say things because you wouldn't go out and deliberately upset people. But within your own circle, within your own circle, if you can't make each other laugh by just having a bit of, and it might be at other people's expense, but it's not really insulting them because you.
God, no.
But if other people then muscle in on behalf of somebody else.
Yes.
They say, well, wait a minute, you can't do a Scottish accent because you're not Scottish. And you go, well, you're not Scottish, so why are you complaining? Oh, well, I'm sort of acting on behalf of all Scots.
Richard, I live 3 miles from the border. It's kind of bred in it up here. I could set off walking, and by the end of the show, I could be talking like this.
You're just already talking like that.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
It's very good.
I tend to turn into Billy Connolly, Extraordinary.
Tell us a joke, then.
You see, do you know what a hue is?
A what?
A hue.
A hue? No.
It's where the old rugged cross stands on.
Oh, yeah.
If Hathaway on a hue, standing old rugged cross. Billy Connolly, I could listen to him for hours. He's wonderful.
Bless. Well, there you are. You see, you're wasted doing your accounts for clients.
I am, yes.
Wasted.
I'm stuck staring at a computer all day, deciding what people want to be paid and how they want to be paid, managing people's accounts on the side as well, what we call foreigners up here. And I'm bloody wasted. Could do a double act. Could we, Kevin? Yeah, we could, Robert. Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah, mustard. Anyway, yes.
Mustard?
No, it's about mustard. Mustard. It's a southern thing, isn't it? Mustard means good. It's mustard, mate.
I've not heard that. Has anyone heard that?
It's more of a
mustard?
London thing, mate. Isn't it?
Oh, right. Is
It's
it
not
London?
where you
Is
are.
it? Yeah, no, we
It's
don't
not
get that.
South Counties where you are, you know.
Yeah, it's
South
all-
Castle and all that.
Yeah, thanks.
Brighton and Hove. Ooh.
Brighton and Hove,
say.
actually.
Actually, yes.
Actually, yes.
Yes. It's a boring job, Richard. It really is. There's no getting away from it. Joking aside, I'm so jealous of you.
Are you?
It is unreal. If I could do what you do
You,
and make a living, I'd be a very happy man. But
Well,
as it is,
you could-
here comes the wife.
here we go.
She's giving me looks again.
Yes.
All right, I'll hang up now.
Righto, well, lovely to talk to you. Very good to
Yes.
see you, and I hope you don't get in too
Not a
much
problem,
trouble.
Richard. Not a problem, Richard. I just thought I'd give you a tinkle.
Well, it was very
Let you know
nice
everyone's
tinkle.
all right.
Yes. Take care.
All right.
Look after
Bye-bye,
yourself.
Pumpkin.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Pumpkin.
Bye, Apple.
See you. Speak to you soon, mate.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
There we go. The lovely, effervescent Robert Croser, ladies and gentlemen, from Cumbria. Cumbria, up there near Carlisle. Very nice to speak to you. I haven't spoken to him for ages, actually, so it's nice. That's the trouble with this show. That's the trouble with everyone so far away and far-flung parts of the world. It would be so nice to be able to actually just drop by and have a nice party, but we do it online. We've been doing this before the Zoom thing even started. Before Zoom. Golly, I mean, before everyone was talking about a Zoom meeting here and a Zoom meeting. Zoom to me was an ice lolly. Anyone remember the old ice lolly Zoom? That's what it used to be to me. And, of course, a very handy recorder if you're in the recording business. Mark Selwood says, my videos can take upwards of 6 hours to upload too, for whatever reason. Interesting. Well, it's because they're so damn long and they've just got all this very samey sort of drone footage. Anyway, interestingly, I was staying in bed and breakfast and uploaded a 20-minute one on my channel in 30. Mine must have been so rubbish. What? Oh, your internet connection. Yes, probably down there. I mean, you've still got the donkeys, haven't you, down on the engine house, turning around to sort of crank up the internet machine on the mines. Nigel Sadler says, I mentioned plans. I don't know why he's mentioning plans. Floating Our Boat says, we were chased by frisky bullocks today. Very nice. Very nice. They weren't Dexters then, were they? They weren't at night and they weren't running. Get it? Dark Money McLeod says, oh, they're the worst frisky ones. Yes, that's a nightmare. Dandelion, 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 That's Peter Lowry's favourite radio programme. Dick Barton and his 3 chums, Jock and Snowy. Andrew Norris says, keep talking, Robert. Makes a great chat. Yeah, thank you. Anytime you wish to call in and replace me, you're very welcome. Glenn says, bye, Mr. Croser. Bye. Mr. Croser now has gone and got his trilby, which is nice. Does your partner get jealous as well, says Mark Sell. Oh, Apple. Yes, anyway, very entertaining, Robert. I am a jam eater, says Rick M. Apropos of... And Mark finally says, Mike Yarwood was a performer of much more innocent times. They were a lovely time. And this is me, as he used to say. Let's go to the videos, shall we? It's time, ladies and gentlemen, for a moment of Murphy.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another Moment of Murphy with me, Andrew Murphy. Today is Sunday the 30th of August 2020 and I thought I'd come over to Queen Elizabeth Country Park in the east of Hampshire, and I'm going to go over the border back into West Hartingdown as I did in a previous Moment of Murphy. Right everyone, I have now come a little way around my walk. I'm now currently on the outer perimeter of Queen Elizabeth Country Park. I am now just going to head down along this footpath behind me, down the Staunton Way to the village of Charlton. Let's go. Everyone, I have now arrived in West Hartingdown again. I am now currently on the Sussex border path. I'm going to head back towards the trip point. Everyone, I've now just left West Hartingdown, which was coming down from the path behind me, and I have now come on to the South Downs Way. Instead of going eastwards back into West Hartingdown like last time, I'm going to go westwards back into Hampshire and back into the Queen Elizabeth Country Park. Let's go. Right everyone, I've now come back up this track along the South Downs Way, and I've now arrived back at the Queen Elizabeth Country Park. Today I'm going to end my walk here along the South Downs Way. Today I'm now going to head back up that trail and around up the top of Queen Elizabeth back down to the car. I would just like to thank you for your company, and until next time, bye for now.
There we go. That's the moment of Murphy. Thank you so much, Monsieur Le Murph. And there he was on the Downs once again, starting as we saw in the Queen Elizabeth Country Park, which I have actually been to now, finally. Although it's quite expensive to park there if you park for more than an hour. I think it's over £4 just for the first hour, which in my opinion is a lot of money. You might have a different opinion, of course. You're very welcome to have your own opinion and keep it to yourself. That's what I say. Anyway, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Lots of nice thoughts and wishes coming in. Nice filming, Andrew, says Mark Selwood. Lovely, bright, happy video with lots of beautiful scenery, says Mike Stevens. And Rick M says, great shot of the deer. Oh, not that kind of a shot. No. Ooh, I take it right back. In the head, unfortunately. Wow, that must have been strong winds and a lack of water to bring that tree down. One of those, I'm afraid. Nice one, Mr. Murphy. Lovely video. Well done. Thanks, Andrew. And Audrey Forbes says, nice video. Very nice video. So there we are. That's all that. Now we can go back to the phone lines if anyone wants to tinkle. Give a tinkle. If you want to have a tinkle, you're very welcome. I go and have a tinkle when the videos are on, because otherwise I'm on the screen all the time. You see? How do we get back to the phone line? There we go. Show phone 0793 4746 79. Okie dokie blokey. We've had some interesting videos out on the Old Bald Explorer channel recently. You may remember, I think, is it out today? Yeah, with the lovely Mark English, or Mark with a Q, as we often call him. Lovely chap. Thank you very much. Sometimes he watches the show in the evening. He doesn't like to comment. He's shy, you see. Very shy and retiring. And sometimes he watches the show. So if you're out there, thank you, Mark, for coming down. That was great fun. We had a hoot. An absolute hoot on the pier, and I was only thinking today that it's such a shame that this COVID business has been around, because I was planning on doing a lot more visits to different people and where they are and see them, and we haven't been able to do that, which has been a bit of a nuisance. So it was very nice of Mark to come down and come and see the old Vobie one-eyed Kenobi, which was great. But hopefully next year we'll be doing much more. I'm still thinking of getting a van. and touring around. I'm getting very tetchy about just filming locally. I want to sort of, take the old Bald Explorer. Where is he? I haven't seen him, actually. I haven't seen him for ages. Further afield, and get some of that. I inadvertently today, when I was looking for a file, stumbled and fell, bashed my head somewhat, which may explain the energy levels which are coming out of the microphone today. Bit of static there. I stumbled across a video that my son Billy and I did. I think must have been last year or the year before, when we went to the Cheddar Gorge, but we went on a railway journey on a place near there, and I can't even remember what it was, on the Mendip something line or something. It was a heritage railway. We had a lovely time, and I just watched most of it whilst I was, you know how you get carried away, you sort of go, oh, I haven't seen this video for ages. Oh yeah, this was us when we went. And I thought to myself, you did that rather well, Mr. Vobes. I did a little bit pat myself on the back on that one. We came out very nice. So I'm eager to do more where we go journeying around, the UK and get that quest for England going. Deborah Martin says, when visiting Kew Park, you can park for free at Burton. Brereton. Can you? I didn't know you could do that. That's a shame. Mark Selwood says, was Mark, with a Q, christened with a Q? No, in those days there wasn't COVID, so there was no queues at all. You go straight in. And as a little baby, you didn't have to wear a mask or nothing. Glenn Johnson says he was christened Alice, which is nice. Fab video. Thanks, Andrew M. says the lovely Julia. We have a phone call. I wonder who that could possibly be. Let's find out by saying hello there. Who is it? Hello.
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 How are you all?
I'm very well. Is that Robert?
It is certainly me, Mr. Vobes.
Get off my land!
You get off my... Well, I won't say nothing.
Now, am I right in thinking that you've got your... Is it you that said you've got your Riverford has arrived?
I have my Riverford, yes.
What did you think?
6:45 this morning.
Bit what?
Market. 6:45 he arrived this morning.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, late then, was he?
Yeah, he was, because I've been up since 1:15.
What, in the morning?
Well, yes.
What were you...
I went to bed last night. I felt a bit tired, about 6:15. I thought I'll go and have a nap for half an hour.
Yeah.
I woke up at 1:15 in the morning.
Blimey.
I must have needed that.
Yeah, that's some nap, isn't it?
Yeah. So he arrived at 7:15. Lovely.
And
Didn't have to stay in all day.
no, that's very nice. And
Yeah, that's Mr. Grimsdale. Yeah, go on.
Mr. Grimsdale, no, I was going to say, is this your first one?
This is my first one.
Well,
yeah.
apparently, once they've got their sort of, that time, that is the time he'll turn up every time.
That's right. And I've got a safe place for him, and I've got all my stuff ready to send back.
What do you mean, send back?
All the packaging and that.
Oh, you sending the packaging back, are you?
Well, I thought that's what you said.
Is that what I said? Well, you send the main box. I didn't get one this week. I've still got. But I haven't sent the packet. I mean, the other stuff went in the Essie. To be honest, the cardboardy stuff went in my Essie.
Oh, you didn't do that. I got ice packs with mine.
Because you got meat, didn't you?
I got meat as well. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get any meat. I was hoping to go to Suter's Butchers.
Yeah, you're going to be one of those weirdos like Gabriel, are you?
No, this is one of our lovely listeners as a Butchers.
Oh, yeah, well, that's it, you see. Well, Gabriel's one of those weirdos.
It wasn't Gabriel's Butchers. Wasn't Gabriel's Butchers.
No, listen to me. Watch my lips.
Oh, I'm watching.
Gabriel doesn't eat meat.
No, he's a vegetarian.
Ah, he's one of them as well.
As well as what?
Well, he has spam, egg and chips with no spam.
Right.
That's his favourite, apparently.
Well, that's...
Anyway.
Yes.
I'm well pleased with it. I gave some of it to my daughter because it was too much for me. I cooked up some potatoes and made a cheese and potato and onion pie. Cooked up some carrots. Somebody on the Board Explorer said, "Oh, those carrots don't look too good." Well, obviously, she hadn't never seen a carrot when it comes out of the ground. Like, you got to watch it.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That the people aren't used to seeing vegetables with a little bit of dirt on them, and they go, "Oh gosh."
Yeah, I've never seen them before. There was something wrong with them.
Yeah.
And my potato peeler was working overtime today.
I've got my potato peeler in my hand.
Yeah, but it's not a potato peeler. It's just you can peel anything with it.
Oh right. Oh, okay. I'll keep my eyes peeled then.
You can do your fruit. I mean, carrots is really good. And if you lay it down and just slide it over the carrot or your whatever you're doing, it's so easy. Like you say, you don't get much waste either.
No, we don't want any waste.
You can do your pigs when you got your land.
Yes. I can use it on my pigs, did you say?
That's right. You can feed your pigs with it.
Oh, with the waste. Yes, of course. Well,
Yeah.
I won't be able to if there's not much waste.
Well, no, we still could, you see.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true.
Chickens are like that. The chickens would have that.
The chickens,
They love that.
yeah, the chickens will have anything, won't they?
Yeah, they of course they will. Yeah,
They scratch about, don't they, the old chickens?
That's right. They scratch your land up and put their poo there, and you can grow what you want.
Which is great. Which is what they should do. We should have more chickens running around all over the place.
That's right. Don't break the seafront.
Because we just have a lot of seagulls here. And I understand that seagulls is not a proper term. They're not called seagulls, actually.
The herring gulls.
Herring gulls and...
The usual one, the big buggers that, take the food out your hand. They're herring gulls, they are.
Oh, the hairy gulls.
Yeah, they got the bath and that there. They're protected species. There's thousands of them about, aren't there?
Yeah. How many do you need to have when they become a non... because, how many do you need to have before they are no longer a protected species?
I don't know. You need a couple for a good meal. I know that.
Yeah, well... absolutely. None of them. They used to. I don't know what you call them. Do they nest or roost? They used to do that in my chimney. I couldn't call it roosting. Now they roast in my chimney.
Yeah, they like the flat roofs and that. Where I used to work, they used to go on a flat roof and that. Oh, they've had them a racket.
What did you used to work at?
I used to work in lots of things.
Well,
I've worked in food distribution.
Food distribution. Well, he'll know all about then the Riverford getting that out the fork to plate.
Yes, I mean, my last job, I worked for a company which we distributed stuff around the country for Sainsbury's of all people.
They call that logistics, don't they?
Yeah. Well,
Corporate word means nothing really.
Yeah. I worked for a company called. They changed their name. They called themselves Wincanton. They used to be Wincanton Distribution, but they changed the name to Wincanton Logistics.
Logistics, yeah.
That was the in word.
And I bet that cost them £300,000 to get some smart boy to come up with that. Oh, we'll change. Wait, we'll think. We'll have a think. Give us 3 months. 3 months. Yeah. Albert, we've got another job. Wincanton Distribution. They distribute things all over the country in lorries. What do you think? Oh, well, we better hang on a minute. I'll have a board meeting with myself and we'll just charge them some money. 300,000, there we are. What about... hang on, there's a van going past... Edinburgh Logistics. Oh, yeah, there we are. Let's call them Edinburgh Logistics. No, well, not Edinburgh, but what was the first bit? Wincanton Logistics. £300,000. There we are. We've got one for the post office. They want to. Let's call them Consignia or something. That would be good.
Yes, right, yeah.
Yeah. They got a fortune, didn't they? Absolute fortune.
Well, you know where Wincanton is, don't you?
I've no idea, actually, to be honest with you.
You went far away from it the other day.
Oh, was I? I never saw the sign.
You know, Somerset.
I saw the sign. How does that song go on? I saw the sign. Anyway, never mind. I saw Somerton.
The last place I worked for, we used to distribute all over the country for Well, just shuffling it around, like, you know.
Shuffling it around?
Well, yeah, you go pick it up from around the farms and that locally, and then you send it over to depots during the night, and then they send it over to other places, and then they send it onto the store. Because people think stuff in the supermarkets, they think, well, when there's a shortage, they think it just jumps on the magics itself on the shelves overnight, yeah? And when you tell them everything's got to be done to get it on there, especially with fast-moving stuff like fresh fruit and veg,
yes,
you know, it's in and out and gone in next to no time, you know?
Yeah, well, this is the whole reason why we need to get the farmers back to giving us local food instead of all this, you know, get all these people who are doing this logistics stuff, get them unemployed, and then re-employ them on the land. Get them on the land, boy.
On the land, but there's no land left, mate. It's been built all over it.
I know, that's the thing. They don't seem to realise, do they? They're losing everything.
Once you build on it, you've lost it, haven't you?
Yeah, but I want to see all those people who've been repossessed, have their land, their houses taken apart, not just given to somebody else. You know, if some poor soul who can't pay and is destitute and they're crying and all of that, and they say, right, okay, I'm sorry, we're repossessing the house, and they get flung out, and they take the house to bits, turn it back into a bit of land, and say, there you go, you farm that, and you'll be all right. And they'll go, oh, all right then.
That never happened, mate. Once you've been built on it, that's gone. It's gone forever.
It's gone forever. That's right. Unless you get a nice nuclear explosion.
Well, yeah, like Chernobyl. We can grow a lot on that, are you?
There was a lot of when I did these drama courses years and years ago in the 70s. These drama courses, we had a lovely bloke called George Rawlings who would run these improvisations with all the people that were doing the course. And every now and again, you know, whenever he wanted the end of this improvisation, he would get this great big symbol out and he'd go, nuclear explosion, ding, 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 ding. And we all had to pretend that, it's all come to an end. And that because we couldn't get out of whatever the complicated improvisation it was. So nuclear explosion just nuked us all. And then it would be, right, okay, up we go for tea. And off we went. That was all good. I better play another video, hadn't I?
Yeah, you better carry on. Let Gabriel come on. He's a bit quiet at the moment.
He is quiet, but it's all right. We've got a video from Gabriel, so panic not.
All right. Cheers, Richard.
Nice
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you take care of yourself, Robert.
Bye, mate.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye. And get off my land. There we are, Robert. We've had two Roberts on the show tonight, so that's a nice, unusual combination. Robert Brailsford and Robert Croser. There we go. Robert Brailsford and Croser. We need a Robert beginning with a D next, don't we? So, right, let's have another look in the old scoreboard and see what we've got to play you. We have, we've got Gabriel, and it's a toss-up, really, between Monsieur Norris and Monsieur Glastonbury. So, what would you like for the first one? I see up there either says Glastonbury or Norris. I appreciate that Glastonbury has got more letters in it, and we'll see who it is that we will put on. Let you make the decision. I will see which one comes up in the chat one. You can go Glastonbury or Norris. Glastonbury or Norris. You can put Glast if it helps. Glass, there we are. Days of York. Glass comes up. Here it is. The lovely Glastonbury Gabriel from Norwich. No.
Bob Toogood and Sam Foster remember the day in 1949 when disaster struck the railway between Ashcott and Shapwick.
That morning, I heard the train go in. I just finished milking. Used to that time in the morning. And all of a sudden, I hear this big clatter thing. Big clatter and banging and whatnot. And I thought, something's gone wrong somewhere. I went over to the station a bit later in the day, and I had Uncle working as a signalman over in the station, and I said, what happened up the railway line this morning? Oh, there's a train come off the line. He hit the peat trolleys looking crossing over, and that was the only accident I can remember on that railway.
So there you go. What happened was, this bridge here was on the line from the peat factory, which is behind me now, back out onto the moors where the peat was actually mined. And these tracks crossed the Somerset and Dorset line at right angles. It was literally a straight crossing. So you've got the line here coming in, and here you had the line from Glastonbury, which is that way, off to Ashcott and Burnham, which is that way, and the peat line carrying on down here. The peat train was coming across here, and the train was coming from Glastonbury, and it was a foggy morning. The train hit here and ended up down there in the canal. It was so boggy and peaty that they couldn't lift it. They couldn't get a crane in to lift it, so they literally had to cut it up where it sat in the canal and cart it off in pieces. Story is, there's still bits of it down there if you were to go hunting with a metal detector or a magnet. Those magnet fishermen might find something. But there, that is the train crash on the Somerset and Dorset Railway, and the story of how it happened. Now, if we head off down this path, which was again the old peat railway, there are some interesting hides for us to go and look at. Let's see what's down here. So behind me, this is Noah's hide, one of the better known hides on the levels. And this is where apparently the osprey was seen earlier, so we're going to have a look inside and see what's there. Here we are at 70 acres hide. I believe so called because this area out here is about 70 acres. We're just behind Noah's hide where we just were. You can see the first hide we visited over there in the distance, I think, just poking through the trees. And I don't know if you can make it out, but just poking over the trees there is Glastonbury Tor in the distance.
There we are, master storyteller Glastonbury Gabriel with the terrible crash. Oh my, if you enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up. There's 101 people watching, which is lovely. You're all very welcome. 28 likes. You're not so nice, are you? But if you can give us an extra like, that would be lovely. It'd be good to get that up to 29 likes. So just one more then. So there we are. Thank you so much. Looking forward to part 3 of that very interesting line. I was when you on the first one because we played the first bit in yesterday, and you said that you were testing out this bike, Monsieur Le Gabriel. Did you find the fault with the bike? That's what I was interested in. You'd done all that cycling, and not only that, you'd cycled, I noticed, on all those paths that people might have been walking on. Were people upset as you went speeding along? like some mad dog. Oh, here we go. Here's a phone of calls coming through on the telling bone. Hello, caller. Hello. Are you there?
At the beginning.
In the beginning.
It is spring, moonless night in a small town, starless and Bible black. The cobble street silent and hunched, porters and rabbits wood limping invisible down to the slow black. Slow
Black.
slow black fishing boat bobbing sea.
Yes.
All right there, boyo.
Hello, boyo.
Sean from London.
Thank you for that. A little bit of, who was that? Anthony Hopkins?
That was a bit of Richard Burton.
Oh, that was Burton as well, was it?
Yes.
Marvel. He gets about, doesn't he? No one would have believed.
He must have a van.
I think he must have. Yes, he has a van, and he goes round from pillar to post, just standing there in village market squares going, no one would have believed in the early years of the 18th century that the van with a twin diesel engine was possible. And words of that sort of ilk.
And Liz is in the kitchen cutting a few sandwiches together.
Oh, yes. Who's Liz? Oh,
Elizabeth.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Miss Taylor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cutting a few sandwiches together in the kitchenette on the
And a
back of the
flask.
trailer.
And a flask of tea.
And absolutely.
What I want to know is, what's your dream van?
What's a dream van? Yes, that's a very good question, because I've been looking at vans for the last few days, trying to work out, do I want one of those VW vans, the transporters, or train spotters? I don't know what they're called. Transporters, I think, not train spotters. There's those type. There's some nice sleek ones with little black windows, smoked out windows, whatever you call them. I think they've got an SE on board. I'm not quite sure how that works. It's similar to the window on my SE anyway. It's sort of.
Would you buy one that's already done?
No.
Or buy one from scratch?
No, I'm not buying one that's. I don't want a camper van that's done into a camper van, because there's not enough space. When I've looked at these camper vans, they've got all the mod cons and everything that you could possibly want in it, other than space. You can just about crawl in, but there's all this lovely furniture. It's just filling the place up. And if I want to suddenly go, oh, look, there's some logs over there, I want to grab those logs. You wouldn't want to put them in on the floor. Or Yeah, go on.
I've been following a YouTube couple that have a narrowboat. But during the summer, they want to go off in their camper van. So they've just bought one. They're in their 20s.
Yeah.
And it had a wood-burning stove.
Is it Fran and Rich? They're in their 20s.
And it had a wood-burning stove in it.
Yes. What kind of van was it?
That was the first thing they pulled out.
Of what?
A wood-burning stove they had in it.
When you say they pulled it out, I'm not quite understanding. Sorry, I'll let you speak.
So they bought the van off somebody else that had already done it up, and he'd gone around the world with it.
Yes.
And they bought it, and they said, "Oh, we'll get rid of the wood-burning stove."
Oh, they got rid of it. Right. Blimey.
And I thought, you just don't see the value in that. That's worth a few £100, and you'll be needing that in the winter.
Yes, you see, I was thinking about a wood-burning stove. How dangerous would that be if you've got a tank of petrol underneath?
Well, yes.
Or diesel. So that would be a big concern that I would have. Although I used to know a couple of people who lived in vans in the entertainment business, and they used to entertain, and one of them had a bloody great big van. But it was his house, you see, and he had a wood-burning stove, and it was lovely and snug in there. Marvellous.
Did he used to park it in the BBC car park?
I don't know about that. I met him on gigs, but yeah, could have done.
There's another couple in Nova Scotia that I follow.
Yeah.
And they've just put a wood-burning stove into their van, but it was literally the size of a laptop.
Right. I know you can get very tiny ones, so you can just put twigs and things. I mean, in a van, in an enclosed environment like that, it's going to heat up very quickly. Yeah. As long as it's safe with the petrol and what have you. But I want to know, what type of van have they got? Are they bigger than transit vans?
Yes. Now, I'm not very good with vans, so I'm just going very quickly through his video to see what sort of a van is. But it's a van that you can stand up in it.
Right, yes. You see, that's kind of a thing that I would like. So I was looking at I think it's Mercedes Sprinter. Is it Mercedes?
Yes, that's it.
That's a Sprinter, because... but that's quite big. You see, there's two things. There's elements that I want to be able to stand up in it, because I don't really want to get into a van that all you can do is sit down when it's raining and you're stuck inside and all you have to do is sit down, because I want to stretch my legs. I love to stand up. So that's one problem.
But do you want a van? Because I've seen these vans where you've got to pull the bed out, and I thought I can't be doing. When I go home, I want to just jump in bed.
Yeah, well, when you go home, you can jump in bed, but when you're out with your van, yes, I don't want the bed up all the time. Gosh, that's eating up too much space. I don't mind actually having a Z bed. You know, one of these Z beds that folds up into a little thing and you shove it in the corner. I don't mind sleeping on that and pulling that out. I have no objection to that at all, because if you could then take it out, if you've got an awning when you're on a campsite or somewhere where you can put an awning up, you could actually, and it's warm enough, you could actually sleep out of the van in the awning. I'd love to have a van where you've got a bit of a comfy chair in there. So you could sit there with a comfy chair and do your editing in the evenings. Because what are you going to do when it's dark?
Yes, I'll have to send you the link, but there's a guy in America called Jake, and he's lived in the van for about 5 years. But he edits as he drives, and he's got the whole thing set up in his van.
He edits as he drives?
Well, he'll drive to somewhere, stop.
Oh, I see. Yes. No, yes. I'm sorry. Just for a moment there, I thought how, it's like, I need a lot of concentration when I'm editing. There's no way I could be going and have some sort of mouse tracker on the steering wheel so that you can go, right, okay, a little bit of that. See, oh, Christ. Oh, bloody hell. That's an action sequence suddenly. No, yes, I want to be editing on the road, definitely.
Well, that's a bit dangerous with other cars coming.
Well, exactly. But you know what I mean. So in the evening I can sit, because what else are you going to do? I like reading. Yes, I can read. But I want the turnaround of stuff and then be able to have enough internet to get it up.
Well,
and load the video as well.
Because every day that you read the books,
yes,
you could drive to where the book is based.
Well, absolutely. Yes, if they're travel books and that sort of thing, that would be the perfect thing.
And all you've got to do is just open the back doors, and then
yes,
you've got your backdrop.
Absolutely. Well, that's very much part of it. You see, one of the things I really want to do is, because I would be videoing all of this, I want one of those sinks. You know that where they say you took everything, including the kitchen sink.
Yes.
I want a kitchen sink. So I want to be able to take that off the roof or somewhere where it's hanging out the way and be able to have some little legs that it stands on and a stirrup pump that you can pump with your foot with a pipe that goes into a little thing of water. So I can actually wash up with taps on a kitchen sink in a field in the middle of absolutely nowhere and film it, because I want it to be somewhat eccentric. I was talking to Mr. Suggett today and I was saying to him about the YouTube channel, I want to take it from being ordinary to extraordinary. And at the moment, it's just very bland. What I'm doing is very bland, very ordinary. I don't want it to be ordinary. I want it to be extraordinary. So I don't know how you do that because I'm a bit thick. But, there might be these quirks of being an English person who would do these sort of... So I don't want a van that looks like anybody else's van. There's so many people, they all make them very smug and nice and all that. No, I don't want that. I've got to be the reverse. I've got to be so people go, oh, my God, look at that idiot. Look at him. Oh, my God, he's traveling.
Put a greenhouse on the back, then.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can grow your own vegetables as you drive.
Well, that's exactly the sort of thing I would like to do. Have a little trailer with a little greenhouse, not of glass, obviously, but some sort of perspex or something with your food in it. And then underneath all the earth, you could have a refrigerator. So you've got whatever you need. You've got the dynamo of the wheels generating the power to keep the fridge going, and above it you've got enough of earth. Obviously, you're not doing anything that's too rooty and needs a lot of earth, and you're towing that with the veg and stuff, which would be fantastic.
Beautiful.
So once, yeah.
I can't wait, and I just know in 30 years' time, when I'm on the seafront in Worthing, they'll be talking about the legend.
That used
Do
to,
you remember
yeah.
that man that used to drive around in his greenhouse?
Yes. It's good. It's a difficult thing, from ordinary to extraordinary.
Well, I'm going to go because I can see that Connor's Dark Corner is going to call you next.
Oh right, fair dues, and we've got the Andrew Norris moment as well.
Speak to you soon.
Yeah, take care. Nice to talk to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There we are. That was the lovely Sean James Cameron from the Allotment Channel, suggesting that I tow an allotment at the back of a van, which sounds great. Connor's Dark Corner is very welcome to give us a call. He says, I'll call another day. Echo van. Yes, an echo van would be very good. Hello. Anybody there? I'm not sure that plants would thrive being on the road, says the... No, probably not. Get a whippet, Richard, very quick, says... Yes, I could have a couple of whippets, couldn't I? Actually, I could... You see like these, the gypsies with their horses and their carriages every now and again, I could have a couple of whippets and a dog cart and... come on, which would be great. Floating on says, why don't you tow a narrow boat? We have one for sale. Yes, there we go. You could tow a narrow boat. This is Gabriel ringing me on the wrong phone. Hello, Gabriel.
Oh, I picked the wrong phone.
It's all right. No, I can plug you in, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Wait a minute. I've not done it on this phone. This is a new phone to me. Let's see if this works. Is that in? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, there we are. Can you hear me?
Yes, clear as a bell.
Oh, that sounds very good out of the new phone.
Sorry about that.
No.
I didn't realise, because my phone just says Richard Vobes. It says like private and show in tiny writing, and as you know, my eyesight's not that good.
No, well, never mind. You got through. It doesn't matter. That's why I carry the other phone into it, so that in case the bank manager wants to talk to me privately,
or some idiot who can't read his phone screen
or somebody like that. Exactly. How are you, Monsieur Le Glastonbury?
I am very well, Monsieur Worthing. How are you, Monsieur?
I am, so.
Good. This is very good. I just thought I'd ring up and talk about absolutely nothing.
Yeah, good. I'm very pleased. So, do you know much about vans?
I've had them and I've not converted them. I had a transit van, Mark V Smiley, which I used to use when I was a festival photographer going around photographing festivals. The only thing the thing you may come across, and I did then, was that insurance companies are a law unto themselves, as you probably well know.
Yes.
And for some reason, they don't like you buying commercial vehicles and not doing commercial things in them.
Yes, I've heard that.
Makes sense.
Yes, no, I have heard that.
Insurance rockets.
Yes, so that's why I don't really want to tell them that I don't want to do too much of a conversion, you see. So the van is a van.
No, you want it
stealthy. So what you can do, so everything is you just pile it in boxes and you go, and then when you get where you want to be, you just pull out the Z bed and put it up, and everything comes out of a box. So you are staying in the van, but technically if anyone stopped you on the road and you looked in it, you would just look like you're delivering parcels.
Hello, Road Z-Bed Delivery Service and Logistics here. Can I help you?
Yes, of course, that's it. I've got a Z-Bed, I've got a kitchen sink, I've got
some logistics.
I've got a whole load of logistics, a packet of logistics and some memory boards.
Are they licorice logistics?
Oh, they're very nice, licorice logistics.
I do like the licorice logistics. They're my favourites.
Yes, dipped in those hundreds and thousands at one end.
Yeah.
To make them look like.
One end.
To make them look like. Remember the old pipes?
Yes,
licorice pipes, and they used to have little red. I don't know what they were. They were like hundreds and thousands, didn't they? Dipped in on the end, stuck on the end of the old.
I think they were E numbers, basically.
Yeah, probably all E numbers you could possibly think of.
You don't see those now. They stopped using them.
I used to. I tell you now. There's different types of licorice, isn't there? There's hard licorice that was, that broke your teeth when you got into it, and then there was the soft licorice. I loved the hard licorice.
I like any licorice.
You know, you had to really crunch into it, and you pull your whole dentures out, and you know, half the skull comes with it. I used to love that. It's very difficult to get that licorice. Soft licorice is nice, but it's like, a bit doughy, and it loses its aggression.
Big in Holland, apparently. They're huge on licorice in Holland.
Was there?
Northern Belgium. Licorice, but the soft type. It's a real national dish out there.
Yes, I wonder if it's a different recipe. You see, I wonder if that's got much, anything nutrients in it, because they say licorice from the licorice stick is very good for you.
I chew them as well. They're lovely.
Yeah, but the actual, the sweet version. So I don't like the soft one. I do like them, but I feel there's probably something like maple syrup or some, sweet.
Something.
Whereas the hard ones, I feel like there can't be anything bad in those. Because you have to work so.
Pontifract cakes as well.
Yeah, they're limp, aren't they? Limp.
No, they're quite hard. They're quite hard and chewy. You take a bit of chewing into it. There's a Pontifract cake.
Oh, does it? The imitation ones then are limp.
Yeah, I mean a proper Pontifract cake. I mean now they are quite a traditional use. I used to grow a lot of licorice up in that area, which is why it was made up there.
Veg Grower Podcast, Monsieur Le Sug says, grow your own licorice.
Yes, it's quite growable. I mean, it grows in this climate. I mean, it was a staple up north. It's where Pontefract cakes came from. They grew them up there.
So if anybody out there knows my address, would somebody buy me some licorice? There we are. There's a challenge, and send the licorice to my address, and I will try. If you can get some hard licorice, that would be best.
Yeah.
And you see me eat it on the next show. If you can send it in time. There we are. See, I'd make a little begging thing.
Yeah. We see your dentures fall out live on the YouTube channel.
Well, it might be what's left of the crumbling teeth, but so then I'd still have the 12-inch. Says how to be a great actor. Says Nigel Sadler. What's he talking about? There was a time I could recite the whole album backwards. What is he on about? What album is he going? I'm trying to look there. What are you talking about? What album is it? We're going to have to wait now. We're going to wait a while for him to type. He's got to type using his fingers. Welsh Wanderer Jason Patrick says, hi, Richard. Would live on a narrow boat if I could. Yeah, I mean, I would love to. Not telling, says Nigel Sadler, bloody cheek. I would love to live on a narrow boat. But the thing is, you see, I mean, making videos and being a prat is my job. And there are too many wonderful people already doing it, like Rich and Fran, and others, of course. Other ones are available, not as good, but they are available. And although I don't know whether Rich and Fran have actually done a video today, because it normally comes out on a Thursday, and I didn't see it yesterday, but I'll have to have a look.
I think, didn't they mention? I did put in I think I heard them mention they're having a week off because it's been a bit hectic on the Kleingachlen, so they're taking a week off back on the Monty for a bit, I think they seem to remember.
Well, they've already had a week. They can't have another one off.
Why not? It's quite frantic, wasn't it? Up on that Llangollen, it's like tourist city. It's like Blackpool on the canal up there.
Now, I know that they may not always manage to get internet connection to upload it, but I mean, come on, they're slacking now. They're slacking. I really are. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go up there in a couple of weeks.
You have to go out there and give them a bit of a slap.
Yes, I should say, look, come on. I knock out a video. Might not be very good, but I knock something out every day.
If in doubt, just talk to camera. PTCs all the way.
Absolutely. I do plenty of those when it's raining or it's horrible, whatever. Just a quick...
And they can be interesting. They can be very interesting. There's nothing wrong with a good PTC.
So many people do them. And actually, it's funny because it's funny you should say that, because a lot of people do those. That's all they do. It might be topical conversation, and they'll just talk to camera, and you think, God, how easy that is. The editing is very simplistic, and they'll have thousands of bloody followers, thousands of them, and you think, what am I doing? Chasing around the countryside, desperately going, oh, I need a video. What am I going to do? Get out the GoPro, get out the DSLR, try and make something interesting, and then a few people watch it, and then somebody would just sit there and go, hello, I'm going to talk to you about curtains. I was making some curtains the other day and I got the wrong needle in, and it was to run it up like this. And you go, how is it that you've got 63,000 people watching you talking about curtains? Yeah,
I know. How do they do it?
And it's floating our boat. It couldn't be asked this week.
Had a boy, had a girl, nice one.
What a lovely luxury position to be in, to be able to say, do you know what? Couldn't be asked.
Now you come to mention 63,000 subscribers and things on YouTube for doing bugger all.
Yeah.
Can I be really cheeky?
Yeah.
I looked at my account just before while you were talking then. And
63,000, don't tell me.
198 subscribers. Could a couple of people just go on there and subscribe and get me up to 200?
Right,
please?
okay.
It's a nice round number.
Okay, that's a bit brash, but we'll run with it.
It is.
We'll run with it. We'll run with it, because we all like...
I'll do it for you if it's the other way round.
Of course you could. We just want 2 people to put in YouTube on a different tab, please.
After the show?
Yeah, or after the show.
Now.
They can do it now, because they haven't got to watch it. They haven't got to watch anything, have they?
That's true.
Don't send them off to watch quality when they're watching this nonsense. Don't do that. This is just 720p, mate. God, the amount of camera videos things I've been looking at recently where they're going on about 4K this and 8K the other, and I'm thinking I still film in 1080. But there was a time, it's only fairly recently, because I used to shoot in 720p, nothing wrong with that. And people are now, 720p, I mean, what is it? That's not even HD, is it? But I love it. I've got a lovely EX1, Sony EX1, that was used to film on a James Bond film, I'll have you know. Yeah, it was. The same camera I had was filmed on James Bond 007, the Casino Royale, when it came out. The same camera. But what they did was a disposable camera. Of course, they used it on the cars, and they just wanted like half a second's worth of footage. So it would get smashed, but they would get the footage. But never mind, it was still cinema. Thank you.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Totally.
720p.
And I mean, I 90% of the stuff that goes out is 1080. And if you put it on YouTube, it buggers it around and squashes it and does all sorts of things. So 1080. If you're going to shoot for a client who wants 4K, then obviously yes. But the reason I shoot at 4K is if you're shooting on a GoPro, like you do, or an action like I do, and I think Richard's got one now, it gives you the option of actually zooming in, or pushing in, as they call it, to the image, because we don't have zooms on those cameras, and some of them are wider than others, and it gives you the opportunity when you're editing just to kind of do a zoom thing and still you can zoom right in and still be at 1080p. That's the main reason for 4K, and that's pretty much what I use it for. I shoot in that because it gives me another get out of jail card if I cock up my videoing.
You've got 203 subscribers now.
Oh, I love your audience. They are wonderful people. Thank you, everybody. That is really appreciated. Thank you so much.
So there we go. How about
thank you, Richard, for doing it.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Well, we've run out of time, but we must get to our moment of not our moment of Murphy. We've had that. We're all spiced up with the moment of
Norris.
Murphy. We've got
I'm looking forward to this.
Andrew Norris moment, and I tell you, this is Andrew Norris always comes up with something you're never going to think of. I don't know how he does it. He is amazing. Yeah. It's maybe because he lives in Croatia and there's just a different mentality going on, and he's an artist.
Better air.
A better air, clearer sight, and of course you need that grizzly face with the beard and the hair awry, and I haven't got any of that. I haven't got any of that. I've got the beard, I've got the hair, I've got the landscape.
And that lovely soft-spoken voice as well.
And the rolling of the R's.
That's it. Yeah.
You should see him roll his arse. I mean his R's. Anyway, I think we will play him and get to the end of the show. Thanks for calling on my personal line.
That's my pleasure. I'm sorry. I'll try not to do that again.
It's fine.
Bad.
It's fine. It's fine. No problem at all. And well done. And we'll a moment of Zorro is what Nigel said. Yeah, Zorro's not in this one, I'm afraid. But hey ho. Take care, Monsieur Glastonbury, and we will get together soon.
Yes, Monsieur Le. I look forward to it.
Fantabadose. All the best.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Good night, all. Good night. Bye bye.
Good night. There we are. That's Monsieur. Now, I don't need the phone now because I'm going to unplug. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Andrew Norris moment, where we will see some magical mystery things. We will if we can get back in there. Here we go. Let's see if this works.
So I'm following an old footpath in Dalmatia. Behind me is a cemetery,
And this path has been kind of rechristened as the kind of way of the cross, and there are 14 stations and 14 impromptu wooden crosses made. But I'm more interested in the stone and this old pathway. We had a tremendous rainstorm this morning, and that's a perfect time to look at the stone when it's wet, and you can see the detail on it, the patterning. But anyway, this is a wonderful little walk to a little, not a chapel, but I can't think of the right word for it, so I'll call it a chapel, at the top of the hill. But for me, there's something far more interesting at the top, and when we get there I'll show you. Number 5. You can clearly see that these walls were built in terraces. The outer edge of the walls were built, and then in the middle was filled with the smaller stones. And then the path goes on ahead. Up there's another wall, and beyond that, one more wall. You just can't imagine the labour involved to build these walls. Here you can see where there have been fires and trees got burnt along the edge here. It's become a custom along the way to use some of the loose stones to make a little structure, little sculpture. Let's see if it's still standing next year. And number 14, near the top now. And here's the little chapel, as it were. But what I'm more interested in are these little stone structures. And sadly this one has collapsed. There is one here which is still intact, and here's a way in, so let's go in.
So many questions to ask about that fascinating video. Thank you so much, Andrew. So, firstly, the crosses, why are they there? What do they signify? Are they somebody's death? Is that what it signify? Or is it a blessing? Or why are they there? The stones up there, what do they represent? Or is it just that people do it and it's for sort of good luck or for the spirits or that sort of thing? The terraces, fascinating. Are they built like that for farming purposes? So were they delineated into little areas of land for people? Who? What time period are we looking at? Who lived in those houses? Were they crofters? So many questions to ask, so many answers not given. But yeah, fascinating. And maybe you could answer those questions in a video. I've just unplugged my phone, so don't try ringing because I've unplugged the phone and turned it off. Not on purpose, but I thought, well, look at it, we're 9:45. So lots of questions. Yes, maybe you could do a follow-up. That would be really, really interesting. I'd be interested to know all those things. So there we go. Are we talking about Stone Age man, literally Stone Age, Neolithic times, or are we talking medieval times? Lots to know. There are 14 stones of the cross. Yes, terraces for agricultural purposes. Olives, figs, grapes must be hundreds of years old. So back to medieval period or Dark Ages then, not Neolithics. Fantastic. So yeah, there we are. I mean, I love it. I love a video like that gets your mind inquiring. What is it all about? Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for today. Thank you so much. Been a fun mixed bag, and I like that. I like a mixed bag, a diverse sense of something. The show was a bit of fun, bit of seriousness, your wonderful videos. Please keep those videos coming. I really appreciate it, and I know the audience do. If you've liked the show and not given us a thumbs up, do give us a thumbs up. Thanks, we've got 50. That's very kind of you. And yeah, do make the videos, even if it is just simply holding your phone like this and saying, "Hi, Richard, today I had a flat tyre and I'm waiting for the AA to come," which I did, nothing terribly exciting, but it's a window into other people's lives. So I like that mix. If you want to do, we have all sorts, and it's just really interesting, and we really appreciate it. We appreciate your comments as well on the screen. We like that. We also love your phone calls, and don't ever feel that you have to have something to say. It's just a nice, easy conversation. We tend not to have subjects on this show. We just do things differently than most phone calls. You just ring up and say, "Hello, Richard, how are you?" And we'll just have a little bit of a chat. If you've never rung before, always love to hear from you, which will be great, which is lovely. And of course, if you're setting up a YouTube channel or trying out something new, we're more than happy to promote what you do to the little group of people who tune in and make this all possible. It's all there as just a nice, friendly community. Mainstream telly has all gone downhill. We don't want to bother with that. We're making our own entertainment, a bit like the old days when they used to gather around the piano and that sort of thing. That's how this show works. So it's not just me, it's you as well, community spirit, and we all have a bit of fun. But there does come a point where even the bald one needs to rest his weary plastic eye and go to bed. So thank you so much for watching. It's been absolutely fantastic. Thanks to Julia and Judith for being out there with their lovely blue spanners, which making sure everybody's behaving themselves, and it looks like you all have. Thanks for coming along and joining me for this extended version. Back on Monday, 4:00 on Monday, we've got our new book, The Lure of Sussex, which will be an interesting, a bit different from what we've been reading. Another travel book, though, with some interesting places. And I am hoping to go to some of those places as I read the book and go and travel to some of the places, so there'll be corresponding videos, hopefully alongside. If I can wangle it the way I want to, there'll be hit and miss on that. Then that would go. You should watch Connor's Tourette video. It's not all wearing, says At Home with Mindy. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Great show. Thanks for all, Richard. Good night, everybody. Good night, night. And have a great weekend. No shows over the weekend other than the video tomorrow. Will be with Julian Humphreys and myself going behind the scenes of making a battlefield video on location in Langport. Something to look forward to. Until then, take care. Thanks for watching. I've got to navigate myself back to the home screen, which I do by pressing a few little buttons, and blow on the screen and say thank you and good night. Good night. Good night. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.